Welcome back. Today we delve into a scandal that has rocked the nation and shed light on the conduct of our leaders' management of Canadian taxpayer money. I'm QuikPolitics, and if you find this content engaging, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, as your support truly helps the channel grow. Now, let's delve into the heart of the matter. I'm talking about none other than Environment Minister Steven Guilbeault, whose involvement in a scandal at the COP28 climate conference in Dubai has sparked outrage and raised serious questions about accountability. Leaked documents have revealed shocking details of unethical conduct by Minister Steven Guilbeault and the Canadian delegation, including excessive spending of taxpayers' money. Can you believe it? Over $1.35 million in just 13 days, with exorbitant costs for airfare, accommodations, and luxuries fit for kings and queens. Luxury suites, draft beer at $42 a pop, and hamburgers priced at $55. While hardworking Canadians struggle to make ends meet, our leaders are living it up on the taxpayer's dime. But it doesn't stop there. Minister Steven Guilbeault has been a vocal advocate for carbon taxes, preaching about climate action while jet-setting around the world. Yet, his own admission that the benefits won't be seen for 40-plus years exposes the hypocrisy of his carbon tax agenda.
Well, as my department presented just before Christmas, carbon pricing will account for about a third of our emission reduction by 2030. And unfortunately, when it comes to climate change, there's no on-off switch. It's going to take a long time before we can tackle this issue. Just like it's taking a long time. For example, I had the privilege and honor to go and pay my respect to Prime Minister Mulroney this morning. He was responsible for the 1987 Montreal Protocol on ozone depletion. We know now that the ozone layer will have recovered from decades of human abuse, probably by 2060, more or less. So 1987 to 2060. That's the kind of time frame we're looking at to tackle an issue like climate change, maybe even.
The impact on ordinary Canadians is undeniable. Studies show that the carbon tax disproportionately affects middle-class families, with Minister Steven Guilbeault planning to increase it by a whopping 23%. Canada's own climate commissioner has recently stated clearly that there is no evidence for a carbon tax increase to help reach emission goals by 2030.
There's someone somewhere that can show me a measure that comes at no cost to Canadian taxpayers because it's revenue neutral, that can give us a third of our emission reduction. I'd like to hear it because I've been working on this for 30 years. That's all I've done as an adult, working on climate change, and there's no such measures lying around.
Do you see any way that the government could meet its target if the carbon pricing, the federal carbon backstop, was eliminated?
There's no research to show that you can only reduce by choosing a selected measure or another. It's whether the measures are effective, whatever ones are chosen.
But where are the real solutions? The actual ones that understand the political policy-making sphere of give and take, the balancing of solutions to the effects it has on Canadians, and judging the cost of it on individuals' lives. There needs to be a sensible relief for hardworking families struggling with inflation, housing affordability, and rising costs of goods that doesn't involve skyrocketing carbon tax for a dubious claim of weathering global warming. It's time for change. It's time for accountability. Canadians deserve leaders who prioritize their needs over lavish trips and empty promises. A leader who actually understands the economic impact they have on Canadians when implementing dubious taxes and not purporting they have no control over the prices of energy resources like gasoline.
That we have no control over the price of the price of gasoline. The increase on the price of carbon pollution will be 3 cents a liter starting April 1st. In the last 2 years, well, between 2019 and 2021, refining margins in Canada went up by more than 20 cents. It's funny that the premiers never talk about that. They really want to talk about the 3 cents of relating to carbon pricings, but we'll never talk about the fact that there's price gouging happening by refineries in Canada. That is worth 7 times the price on pollution. If they should be outraged about something, let them be outraged about that. Never hear them or Pierre Poilievre talk about that. I find that
we need real solutions to combat climate change without burdening the very people we aim to protect. What are your thoughts on Minister Steven Guilbeault's conduct and carbon tax policies? Share your opinions in the comments below. Thank you for joining us. If you appreciate content that delves into critical issues, consider subscribing for more insightful updates. Stay informed, and until next time, I'm QuikPolitics, signing off.